Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 6 of the FIA Manufacturers Series 2020 pre-season, where we're back once again, this time out here at Sardegna. And after the poor qualifying performance last time out, we had a bit of a better time this time out. 4/10 off the pole in 3rd place there, a nice good qualifying session for ourselves. But yeah, so far this series we've had done what, 4 races now? We've had a couple of good ones, a couple of bad ones, mediocre ones as well. Not quite sure the maths adds up on that one. But yeah, we're back here at Sardegna, and this track I hate. And it doesn't work with the mid-engine Lambo either. It's fine over one lap, but this thing just shreds through its tyres around here. So we're going to be in for a fun race ahead of us, just trying to keep it on the island. So we'll wait and see as to how it all goes. I love that Beetle Rothmans livery. I hate the fact it's on a Beetle, but I love that paint scheme at the end of the day as well here. But obviously, if you're new around here and you do go on to enjoy, make sure you do get yourself subscribed. We've got one more video from the 2020 Manufacturers Pre-Season Series coming as well from the Red Bull Ring, and you guys do not want to miss that race as well. But we're ready on the grid for the start of round 6 here. We're now way over the halfway stage of the championship. We're fighting to be within the top 20 drivers for Lamborghini in this series, but we're ready on the grid to go. We've got a Porsche on pole, a Peugeot, I think that is, in P2 there, but it's lights out, and away we go straight away, trying to duck into the slipstream there. We've got a huge gap to the guys behind us, no idea why that's occurred, but we'll take it on the run down towards turn 1 there, coming down in towards the first braking zone. This is Sardegna row B2 or something, I can't work it out. They're all pretty awful in my personal opinion here, but coming down through the first couple of corners here, and like I said, I really just needed to settle down into a rhythm here as quickly as possible, because like I said, this thing chews through its tyres around this circuit. The only tyres you could use was the hards as well, which made it even less fun, obviously, because just no one had any grip. Peugeot instantly proving how little grip people had by spinning halfway around lap 1 there, so we're now up into P2 of the race, and yeah, like I said, we just wanted to try and keep it clean, keep it consistent, and see where we ended up, because mistakes are very, very easily going to be made over the course of this race tonight. And one of the only cars that should be in good shape is probably that RSR at the end of the day there. But coming down through the hairpin on lap 1, we got one guy all over the back of us here as we head down in towards the final corner there, and it's actually one of the GT Citroens. After they screwed me last week, he's back. Well, not him actually, it's someone else, but they're back once again to try and ruin my evening here as we head out of the final corner. We have survived the opening lap of this race. We're now building up a 1 second margin to the guy behind, trying to hang on within 1 second of the guy in front there as we head down towards turn 1 here, staying in the sub zone in towards turn 1 there. And yeah, a 1.1 second margin to the guy behind. Hopefully we can try and hold on to that as best as possible here as we head out of the first couple of corners here, and onto lap 3 now we go. Still trying to push as best as possible here. Quick but careful as we head down the hill there. But just dipping a wheel out over the curb. And that's going to be a nice fishtail. And that's going to be us into the wall with damage. Wonderful. So we're going to just watch everyone sail past us like we did last time out at, where was it, Maggiore as well. They're back out now in P14 of the race here with damage. Still, we've got a BMW with a penalty just in front of us. So hopefully we can try and get back past him as soon as possible here. But yeah, just consistency I still really, really lack on GT Sport here. This guy we're going to try and look up the inside there, almost bait him into a bit of a mistake as we head over the top of the hill here, out in towards the final, well, one of the final hairpins of the lap, and he's going to do that. I have not seen that very often on GT Sport. He's crashed 2 other people out there. That's us up 3 places, and yeah, not often, at least in my experience, do you see retaliation on GT Sport. That is surely going to be a banhammer for him there. But yeah, not quite expecting that one, but we're up 3 places in the process, and it would actually take us a few more laps before we'd have any more action going on in this race here. Down in towards turn 1 now, all over the back of an F-Type there. GTR runs a bit wide through turn 1 there, almost going to take the F-Type out as well. He has to brake to avoid it there as we get around the outside of him, and now up another couple of places as there's more battles going on just up in front of us here. More carnage and chaos as a Porsche is getting loose around a Mercedes here. We almost make the same mistake as we did on lap 1 here. Aston goes into the back of the Porsche there. He's going to dip a wheel in the gravel and get all kinds of loose there. So we're now up into P7 of the race once again here, and looking at the moment like we're making an alright recovery at this stage of the day here, but we need to keep it clean and consistent at the moment as we head up towards the top of the hill once again here. Still all over the back of this Aston Martin here, and hopefully we can try and capitalise and get past him as soon as possible here. It's down in towards the hairpin here. The tyres are really, really starting to go off at the moment there. You can see just how much we're struggling for grip as we head down through the final couple of corners here. We try to make it through to the halfway stage of the race here, just so we can dive it into the pit lane and make the one-stop strategy work here as we head through the final couple of corners of lap 8. And unfortunately, we just get a bit loose there. The rear tyres completely run out of grip, and we're going to go for a nice pirouette in the gravel trap there, completely beach ourselves, and hopefully we're going to rejoin the circuit in just a second here. Try to get the power down once again. We only actually lost 1 place in all of that, so we're holding on to P8 at the moment there. We've got an F-Type coming up behind us as we're both going to dive it through into the pit lane, back onto another fresh set of the hard compounded tyres here. And we're basically just going to go full new tyres, full fuel, and just try to drag this car through to the end of the race here. But yeah, unfortunately, this track just didn't really suit this car. I'm probably not going to go Lamborghini for the next championship just because of how weak this Group 3 car is. I haven't quite decided what car I'm going to go with just yet, but I'm sure I'll make up my mind in the near future here as we head down back down in towards turn 1 here. You see we're getting a nice good run on the exit of the first corner here. But anyway, on to lap 15. We'd just be pretty much in no man's land throughout a lot of this race. We go for a nice pirouette on lap 15. Somehow not pick up any damage from that one. I guess we'll take that. But we're going to drop even more places at the moment, and it would be a pretty disappointing end to this race. Spin again just a couple of corners later. I've really got no idea how some people managed to make the first stint last so long. I'm guessing this car is just beyond appalling on fuel here. But like I was saying, we were just trying to have a look at what car we're going to use for Season 2. The tyres are completely gone at the moment there, and we'd have to dive it into the pits on the end of lap 15. In towards the final couple of corners, we actually wouldn't even make it to the finish line there. On lap 16 there, we'd actually come through in P18 there, so a very disappointing race at the end of the day. It just fell apart very quickly towards the end there. But P18 in the end. Sardegna road track B2 for whatever reason. 40 points on the board is certainly not, hopefully not going to be, I don't think mathematically it can be anyway, a valid point score for ourselves at the end of the day. But an awful race in the end. I don't really want to talk about it. Thank you all so much for watching nonetheless, though, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.